Hey kids, today's project, we're installing rock sliders. I've had these rock sliders now for as long as I've had the Jeep. It was one of the first things that I bought, but with the back surgery and all, it's one of the last things I'm installing. Anyway, so here they are. So this is going to be an installation video of the Tiger rock sliders. Got them on eBay. This is them installed. Step one, read the directions. So they're a real decent steel with texture rock slider, specifically made for the Wrangler. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to set it up to the location on the frame of the Jeep with jack stands to hold it up at its location, so I can use the Sharpie and mark where we drill the frame. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to position our rock slider. We're going to set it up on jack stands so that it's pretty much in position where you want it in accordance with the frame. Alright, you're going to come down here, you're going to see your body mount. You're going to bring this right up, right against that body mount on both sides. That's going to give you the symmetry that you want. Now it's going to take a little doing to get it on your jack stand so that it's sitting good and square to the frame. But once you've got it right where you know that's where you're going to mount it, you're going to take a Sharpie and you're going to mark all 4 holes on both the front and the rear. Alright, so now we have our locations marked for where we're going to drill the frame. So now we're just going to take a center punch and punch right in the middle of each one of the locations. Alright, so as you can see, each one now has a good center punch for the drill bit. We're going to start with the smaller drill bit. This is .5/16, and I just sharpened it. And here we go. So the trick to drilling through thick steel obviously is a quality sharp bit, and then real slow and steady with nice even pressure, starting exactly at your center punch. Then you want to go real steady pressure, not fast. You just want that blade to cut the metal. Now right at the end, what you need to do is pick up the speed right at the end of the cutting and less pressure. And that cuts it through the end. Alright, so now we've got our first hole drilled, and I'm going to show you how we use the self-tapping screws to get that threaded. Alright, so we've got our impact driver. We've got it set at the lowest setting. It's actually low enough that I can keep it from turning with my hand. And what we want is the impact action and a nice easy turn, smooth and consistent into the metal with the thread bit of the self-tapping screw bolt. So good solid pressure, nice square and straight. Halfway in, and we're going to back it out. We're making the threads. A little further, now we're going to back it out again. Then we're going to go in. And there we have perfect threads, first try, nice and smooth. That's how you do it. Alright, so what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to do one complete drill. Drill the pilot hole, switch bits, drill the diameter hole for the self-tapping bolt, and then tap the hole with the self-tapping bolt. Alright, so this is for those of you who have never done any thick frame drilling. You're going to start, obviously, again with a sharp bit. You've marked, you're center punched, and now you're going to take your bit, put it right on the center punch, and remember, slow and steady is how you do it, because if you go fast, you overheat the bit, and that ruins your bit, and then you won't cut the metal. And as you're getting towards the end, you want to pick up the speed and reduce the pressure. For the final cut through the back side of the metal. And you can feel it when it's getting close to that point. You can feel it through the drill. Perfect threads. And here's another tip. When you're drilling these out, you've got all your spots marked, you've got all your spots center punched. Do each one from start to finish. What you're doing is you're drilling your pilot hole and you're switching bits, going to your diameter hole, cutting that out, and then cut your threads with your self-tapping bolt. What that's doing is it's allowing the drill bits to cool. If you go and try and drill pilot hole, pilot hole, pilot hole, pilot hole, before you finish your fourth pilot hole, your bit's going to be cooked, overheated, and the cutting edge will be gone. And you'll be frustrated and you'll be driving to Home Depot to either go buy a bit or you're going to be YouTubing up how to sharpen your bits. If you just take this little tip and do each one individually, your tip will stay sharp through the entire job. Both tips, because you're using 2 drill bits. Now we're just going to apply some thread lock and install the bolts. Alright, so now you can see the final resting place of the mount. It's right up against the body. This support frame for the body mount, and right on top of the suspension bracket on the back side, and on the front side you can see that it's right directly on top of the weld of the suspension bracket on the front side. Alright, now everything's been Loctited and tightened down, and it's rock solid. And there you go. That is how you mount a set of rock sliders on an 04 Jeep Wrangler. I need to go get it dirty now. Love ya.